Let me tell you something that changed my life, and it can change yours too. It's not what you get that makes you valuable. It's not the money, not the titles, not the applause. It's what you become. You see, success isn't something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Now that's a powerful idea because it means your future doesn't depend on the economy or the government or your boss. It depends on you. And here's the truth. Most people spend their entire lives chasing things, chasing money, chasing recognition, chasing comfort, but very few stop to ask the real question. Who am I becoming in the process? And that question, my friend, is the key to everything. In this video, we're going to explore the principle that has built empires, shaped legacies, and transformed ordinary people into extraordinary leaders. We'll talk about why the real prize in life isn't what you achieve, but what you become while achieving it. So if you're tired of temporary wins, if you're ready to build a life that lasts, then don't go anywhere. Because the next few minutes could shift the way you think about growth, success, and fulfillment forever. Let's begin. Becoming is the real prize. Let me start with a simple truth that changed the entire trajectory of my life. You don't get paid for the hour. You get paid for the value you bring to the hour. And where does that value come from? It comes from who you've become. See, the real prize in life isn't the money in your bank account. It's not the house you live in. It's not even the applause or the promotion. The real prize is the person you're shaping every single day. The habits you build, the discipline you choose, the courage you develop. That's the real reward. Now here's the mistake most people make. They set their sights only on what they want to get. I want a raise, I want a bigger house, I want more time off. And there's nothing wrong with wanting more. That's where it starts. But let me offer you a better question. Instead of asking what do I want to get, ask who do I need to become? Because if you become more valuable, you'll attract more value. If you become wiser, stronger, more skilled, more disciplined, you become the kind of person success can't help but follow. Success isn't something you chase down. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Now let's make it practical. If someone handed you $1 million, best you become a millionaire in mindset real quick, or you'll lose it just as fast as you got it. Why? Because money doesn't make you rich. Character makes you rich. The goal isn't to have more. The goal is to become more. That's what this game is about. And here's the great news. You can become more. Starting today. Starting right now. You can decide to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. You can invest in your mind, your habits, your discipline, your identity. And when you do that, life opens up in ways you can't even imagine. I'll tell you something I learned the hard way. If someone takes all you have, but you've become the kind of person who knows how to build it, you can build it again. Because they can take the things, but they can't take the skills, the mindset, the growth you earned on the journey. That's why becoming is the real prize. So here's your challenge. Stop measuring your life only by what you've achieved. Start measuring it by the person you're becoming. Ask yourself, am I becoming more focused? Am I becoming more disciplined? Am I becoming more generous, more honest, more resilient? Because if the answer is yes, then you're winning. Even if the results haven't shown up yet, you're becoming the kind of person who can handle it when they do. And that, my friend, that's the goal, to become. To wake up a year from now and realize, I don't just have more, I am more. And once you grasp that idea, once it sinks deep, you'll never trade the process for just the prize again. Because you'll know becoming was always the real reward. Don't chase goals. Become goal-worthy. Let's talk about goals. They're exciting, aren't they? A bigger income, a better lifestyle, a stronger body, more influence, more freedom. Nothing wrong with goals. In fact, they're essential. But here's what I've learned over the years. Goals are not something you chase. Goals are something you grow into. Because if you chase a goal you're not prepared for, you might catch it, but you won't keep it. You see, the purpose of a goal is not to get. The purpose of a goal is to grow. It's not just about achieving the goal. It's about becoming the kind of person who can handle the responsibility that comes with that achievement. So the better question isn't, how do I get there fast? It's how do I become someone worthy of that destination? Let's take an example. If you say, I want to earn a six-figure income, that's a fine goal. But here's the reality. 6 figures doesn't belong to everyone. It belongs to the person who has become disciplined enough to show up daily, skilled enough to solve valuable problems, wise enough to manage time, energy, and money, strong enough to handle pressure. In other words, the money is not the goal. Becoming the kind of person who can earn it, manage it, and grow it, that's the real win. So don't just set goals that impress others. Set goals that require you to level up. Set a goal so big that you can't reach it until you become someone bigger. Let the goal pull you into a better version of yourself. Because when you focus on becoming, the goals will chase you. Here's what I know for sure. The same goal in the hands of two different people leads to two very different outcomes. One chases the goal out of desperation. The other attracts it by becoming someone who's ready for it. Be that second person. If you want more, become more. If you want to lead, become someone worth following. If you want respect, become respectable. If you want freedom, become responsible. That's the secret. Not shortcuts, not hacks, not overnight wins, but transformation. Now here's something powerful to remember. Every goal contains a version of you hidden inside it. Your job is to dig that version out, with effort, with discipline, with daily growth. And one day when you reach that goal, you'll look back and say, the real gift wasn't the achievement. The real gift was the person I became along the way. That's how you win, not just by arriving, but by becoming someone who deserved to arrive. So stop chasing, start becoming, and soon enough, the life you used to dream about will be the life you're prepared to handle. Character over credentials. Let me give you a powerful truth that too many people overlook. It's not your credentials that carry you through life. It's your character. Now don't get me wrong. A degree is valuable. A certificate can open doors. A title might get you noticed. But when the pressure's on, when the deal's on the line, when leadership is needed and no one else steps up, it's not your resume that shows up. It's your reputation. And reputation is built on character. Character is what you do when no one's watching. Character is keeping your word, even when it's inconvenient. Character is showing up on time, not because someone's watching, but because you said you would. See, it's easy to fake competence for a little while, but you can't fake character for long. Eventually, life exposes the truth. Credentials might get you the interview. Character determines whether people want to work with you. Credentials can earn applause. Character earns trust. And I'll tell you what pays better than applause. And applause, trust. Because trust leads to influence. Trust leads to opportunity. Trust leads to longevity. Now here's the good news. You don't need permission to build character. You don't need a classroom, a certificate, or a special invitation. All you need is a decision to do the right thing, to stay consistent, to keep your standards high, even when it's hard. That's character. And the world is starving for people who live with it. Let me ask you, are you the same person when nobody's around? Are you the kind of person you'd want to follow? Do people feel stronger, safer, more certain when you walk in the room? If not, that's your work. That's your growth. Because what you become is far more valuable than what you've earned. Here's a simple truth. Titles fade. Trophies collect dust. Degrees hang on a wall. But your character, that stays with you. It follows you into every room, every relationship, every opportunity. And the better it is, the less you'll have to convince people. They'll just know. So don't just work on your resume. Work on your reliability. Don't just chase a promotion. Develop your principles. Don't just look sharp on paper. Be solid in person. That's the kind of success that lasts. Because in the long run, character always outruns credentials. Always. The price of growth is discomfort. Let me tell you something most people won't say out loud. Growth is uncomfortable. That's the truth. And if no one's told you that before, now you know. We all want to grow. We all want more. More strength, more confidence, more income, more impact. But here's the thing. You don't grow inside comfort. You grow through resistance. You don't build muscle by lifting feathers. You build it by lifting what feels heavy, what makes your body shake. And the same is true for life. Growth doesn't happen when everything's easy. It happens when you're tired, when you're unsure, when you feel like giving up. But you don't. That moment right there, that's where growth begins. See, most people think discomfort is a sign to stop. But if you're serious about becoming more, discomfort is actually a signal to keep going. The discomfort you feel while waking up earlier, while studying when you'd rather scroll, while saving money instead of spending it, while being honest when it's easier to lie. That's not punishment. That's the price of personal progress. And listen, you can't grow and stay comfortable at the same time. It's one or the other. So you have to decide, do I want ease or do I want evolution? Because the path to growth is paved with effort, sacrifice, and yes, discomfort. But here's the good news. Discomfort is temporary. Growth is permanent. That hard conversation you've been avoiding. Once it's done, you gain confidence. That extra hour you spend working on your goals, it turns into skills, into progress, into results. Discomfort passes, but what it leaves behind, that's what changes your life. Let me put it this way. Pain is part of the price, but it's never the product. The product is strength. The product is wisdom. The product is becoming the kind of person you respect. And that's worth more than comfort ever could be. So here's what I encourage you to do. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Don't run from the hard things. Lean into them. Don't fear the stretch. Welcome it. Because every time you endure a little more than you thought you could, you become a little more than you were yesterday. And that is the real reward. Remember, comfort zones are beautiful places, but nothing ever grows there. So if it's uncomfortable, if it's stretching you, if it's demanding more discipline, more courage, more patience, good, that means you're on the path. The question is, will you pay the price? Because growth isn't free, but it's always, always worth it. The mirror never lies. There's a place you can go to check your progress. A place that gives you honest feedback every time. It doesn't sugarcoat. It doesn't flatter. It simply reflects the truth. That place is the mirror. Because the mirror, my friend, never lies. Now, I'm not just talking about your face. I'm talking about your habits, your routines, your decisions, your results. You want to know how you're doing in life? Don't ask the world. Don't ask social media. Ask the mirror. Because the mirror tells the truth. Every time. You see, your life right now is a reflection of your personal philosophy. What you believe, what you tolerate, what you practice. And the most important part, it's all showing up. Right in front of you. You don't need a fortune teller. You need a journal. You need a calendar. You need to look at your bank account, your relationships, your energy, your focus. Because your results are the mirror of your choices. Here's what I learned years ago. If you don't like what you see in the mirror, don't blame the mirror. The mirror didn't do it. The mirror didn't make you tired. The mirror didn't overspend your money. The mirror didn't skip the workout or ignore the opportunity. You did. But here's the good news. You can also change it. You can't trick the mirror. You can fake your words. You can fake your social media. But you can't fake your standard of living. So if the reflection isn't what you want, don't get discouraged. Get disciplined. Because every day, the mirror gives you a chance to check in. Not with what the world thinks, but with who you're becoming. Let me tell you what the most successful people I've ever met all have in common. They face the mirror, even when it's uncomfortable. Even when it shows flaws. Because they know this. Growth begins with honest reflection. You can't fix what you won't face, and you can't change what you won't confront. So ask yourself today, what's the mirror saying? Is it reflecting discipline or distraction? Is it showing focus or excuses? Is it revealing progress or procrastination? Whatever it shows, it's a gift. Because once you know, you can grow. Look, life doesn't change just because you wish it would. It changes because you do. And the mirror is the place where that journey begins. So don't run from the reflection. Use it. Study it. Let it sharpen you. Because the mirror doesn't lie, but it will show you how to rise. Skills make you useful. Mindset makes you unstoppable. Let's talk about the two forces that shape your success. Your skills and your mindset. Skills are important. They make you valuable in the marketplace. They help you get the job, solve the problem, close the deal. Skills make you useful. But let me tell you what makes you unstoppable. What makes you show up when others quit. What keeps you pushing forward when it's hard, when it's uncertain, when it's lonely. That's mindset. See, your skills may get you in the room, but your mindset determines how long you stay there and how high you rise. Because life doesn't just test what you know. It tests how you think. Now, some people think mindset is just about being positive. No, it's deeper than that. Mindset is the way you interpret the world. It's how you respond to failure. It's how you handle feedback. It's how you deal with delay, disappointment, and discomfort. A good skill set might get you through the good days, but a strong mindset gets you through the bad ones. Let me give you an example. You can teach two people the same skill, give them the same tools, the same opportunity, the same path. One thrives. The other quits. Why? Mindset. One sees a challenge and says, "This is too hard." The other says, "This is how I grow." One sees failure and says, "I guess I'm not cut out for this." The other says, "What can I learn? Let's try again." That's mindset. And that's what makes the difference. So here's what I recommend. Learn the skills. Absolutely. Get better at your craft. Study your industry. Practice, refine, improve. But don't stop there. Build the mindset. Feed it daily. Protect it fiercely. Sharpen it like a sword, because when your skills and mindset come together, that's when you become a force to be reckoned with. Here's the truth. Skills are replaceable. Tools evolve. Technology changes. Industries shift. But mindset, that's what allows you to adapt, to reinvent, to keep building when others fold. Mindset gives your skills a home, a foundation, a future. So don't just ask, what can I do? Ask, who do I need to become to keep doing it? No matter what, that's how you build something that lasts. Because in the end, skills make you useful, but mindset makes you unstoppable. And that's the person you want to be. Don't get, grow. Most people go through life asking one question. What can I get? What can I get from this job? What can I get from this person? What can I get from this situation? And while it's normal to want more income, more success, more freedom, let me offer you a better question. Who can I become in the process? Because if you focus only on getting, you'll live life in reaction mode. Always waiting, always hoping, always depending on someone else to deliver. But if you focus on growing, you take back control, you step into your power, you become the source, not just the receiver. Let me give you the secret to lasting success. Don't wish for things to be easier. Wish to become better. Don't ask for fewer problems. Ask for more wisdom. Don't wait for a break. Become someone who doesn't need one. You see, getting is transactional, but growing, that's transformational. Getting may improve your life temporarily, but growing, that changes everything. Now here's the magic. When you grow, you naturally get more, because life responds to value, and you can't become more without attracting more. You get more income when you grow your skills. You get more respect when you grow your integrity. You get more opportunities when you grow your mindset. You get more love when you grow your character. So the formula is simple. Grow first, get second. But most people want it the other way around. They want the reward without the refinement, the outcome without the effort. But let me remind you, you can't harvest what you haven't planted. And personal growth is the seed. So every book you read, every habit you build, every hard choice you make to become better. That's you investing in a future you deserve to live. Let me ask you, are you growing? Are you stronger, wiser, more focused than you were 6 months ago? Because if not, then what are you waiting for? Growth doesn't come by accident. It comes by intention, by design, by discipline. You have to want it. You have to reach for it. You have to stretch beyond what's easy, again and again. Now here's the best part. Growth compounds. One new habit leads to another. One small win builds confidence. One skill mastered opens 10 new doors. And before you know it, you've built a life that no one handed you because you grew into it. That's what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Not what they got, but who they became. So today, stop asking, what can I get? Start asking, how can I grow? Because when you grow enough, you won't need to chase success. Success will be looking for you. The becoming is for them too. Let's talk about a powerful truth that most people miss on their journey to success. The work you do on yourself isn't just for you, it's for them too. Your family, your friends, your children, your team, your community. You're not just becoming better for your own benefit. You're becoming better so you can lift others. That's what real leadership is all about. It's not about titles or authority. It's not about control. It's about becoming the kind of person others can trust, depend on, and grow with. So when you decide to develop discipline, when you build good habits, when you invest in your mindset, you're not just changing your life. You're shaping the world of everyone who looks up to you. You become more focused, so your children learn focus. You become more resilient, so your partner feels safe. You become more generous, so your team learns to give. You rise, so others realize they can too. That's the ripple effect of personal growth. And it's why becoming more is never selfish. It's service. It's stewardship. It's leadership at its highest level. See, people don't follow what you say. They follow what you do. And if you're constantly leveling up, if you're becoming stronger, wiser, kinder, sharper, that gives people around you permission to do the same. Your life becomes the example. Your effort becomes the standard. You stop just being someone they know, and you start being someone they learn from. Let me say it clearly. You owe it to the people you love to become the best version of yourself. Not a perfect version, but a growing version. Because when you grow, You show up better. You lead with clarity. You speak with truth. You love with depth. And you carry the kind of strength that serves others. Now listen, growth is hard. Sometimes you'll feel like quitting. Sometimes you'll wonder if the effort is worth it. But when you remember that you're not just doing this for you, you'll find another level of strength. Because this isn't just about your life. It's about every life your life will touch. So the next time you think about skipping the hard work, the next time you feel like staying average, remind yourself the becoming is for them too. For the ones watching, for the ones counting on you, for the ones following you. Even when you don't realize it, your growth gives them hope. Your transformation gives them proof. Your decision to rise gives them permission to rise too. And that, my friend, might be the greatest reward of all, because true success isn't just about what you accumulate, it's about who you become, and how that becoming blesses the people around you. Every day is a vote for who you're becoming. Here's something you need to hear. You're casting votes every single day, not in a political election, but in a far more important one, the election of your future. The vote for who you're becoming, and guess what? You don't need a ballot, you don't need permission. You cast your vote with your choices. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, that's a vote for strength. Every time you choose kindness over criticism, that's a vote for character. Every time you choose progress over perfection, growth over comfort, courage over fear, that's a vote for the best version of you. And the more votes you cast, the more that version starts to win. Now here's what most people forget. You don't become successful all at once. You don't become confident overnight. You don't build greatness in a day. You build it in the small, quiet, ordinary choices that stack up over time. Daily votes, and the beauty of it is, you're always just one vote away from getting back on track. Maybe yesterday you slipped. Maybe you broke a promise to yourself. Maybe you didn't show up the way you wanted to. That's okay. You're still in the race, because today, right now, you get another chance. Another opportunity to cast a better vote. And with enough of those, you change your direction. You change your habits. You change your life. Let me give you a secret that transformed mine. Success is not one giant decision. It's 1,000 little ones. And each one whispers, this is who I'm becoming. You don't need perfection. You just need consistency. Because one vote won't change your life, but a pattern of votes that creates identity. Now here's the key. The votes you cast today don't just build outcomes. They build belief. Every time you make the right choice, you prove to yourself, I'm the kind of person who shows up. I'm the kind of person who does the work. I'm becoming someone I can respect. And that belief, that's where real confidence comes from. So the question is simple. What are you voting for today? Not just with your words, but with your actions. With your calendar, with your energy. Because whether you realize it or not, you're always becoming something. Make sure it's someone you'd be proud of. And remember, you don't have to get it perfect. You just have to keep voting. Cast enough votes for discipline, for growth, for character, and one day you'll look back and realize, I became that person. Not all at once, but one decision at a time. Becoming has no finish line. Let me give you a truth that will keep you growing for the rest of your life. There is no final version of you, no point where you say, well, I've made it, I can stop now, because when it comes to personal growth, there is no finish line. Now don't misunderstand, you'll hit goals, you'll reach milestones, you'll celebrate victories, and you should. But those are checkpoints, not conclusions. They're mile markers, not destinations. Because the moment you stop growing, that's the moment you start declining. Life is always moving. Time is always ticking. And if you're not advancing, you're retreating. So here's the mindset I encourage you to adopt. I'm always becoming wiser, becoming more focused, becoming a better communicator, a better friend, a better leader, a better version of me. Now some people hit success and get comfortable. They say, I've got enough, I've done enough. But here's the problem with that thinking. It shrinks your potential. It shuts the door on possibility. And worst of all, it stops you from becoming someone even greater. Because the true reward of success isn't what you accumulate. It's who you have the opportunity to keep becoming. Let me give you a principle I've lived by. Don't just climb one mountain, climb many. Don't just build one skill, build a life of layers. Don't just settle into who you are now. Stretch into who you could be next. There's more in you, more vision, more strength, more purpose, and that more will only show up if you keep going. Now listen, this isn't about restlessness. This isn't about chasing endless achievement just to prove yourself. This is about growth as a lifestyle. It's about falling in love with the process of getting better. Not because you're broken, but because you're capable of more. That's what becoming really means. Not that you're behind, but that you're not done. And here's the beautiful thing. When you adopt this mindset, age doesn't matter. Circumstances don't stop you. Setbacks don't define you. Because you realize, I don't have to peak. I just have to keep progressing. One step, one day, one improvement at a time. So when others stop, you continue. When others relax into comfort, you keep becoming. Because you know something they don't. The best version of you is always ahead. So let this be your mission. Don't just become once. Keep becoming. Grow into your purpose. Grow into your strength. Grow until your life becomes a legacy for others to follow. And when you look back years from now, you won't just be proud of what you achieved. You'll be proud of who you never stopped becoming. Who you become is your greatest asset. When it's all said and done. When the trophies collect dust. When the applause fades. When the bank account rises and falls like the tide, one thing remains. Who you've become. That's your real wealth. That's your real security. That's the only thing that can't be taken from you. You see, life will give and take. Markets shift. People change. Doors open and close. But what you build inside, your mindset, your discipline, your resilience, your character, that stays with you. That's the foundation. That's your compass. That's the source of everything else you attract. If you lose it all, but you've become someone strong, resourceful, and wise, you can build it all again, and better the second time. But if you get everything you ever wanted, and you haven't become someone capable of handling it, it'll slip right through your fingers. Because the real prize in life is not what you get. It's who you become while earning it. So if you're going to invest time, energy, money, invest it into you. Not just the version you are today, but the version that's possible. The version that's waiting on the other side of growth, of discomfort, of consistency, of vision, because that version of you is your greatest asset. So keep going, keep building, keep growing, not just for the things you want, but for the person you're meant to be. Because long after the rewards fade, the becoming stays. And who you become, that's what makes all the difference.